Hello, everyone, and welcome to another edition of the A Collision with Purpose project in the Spotlight. Here, individuals are given the opportunity to explore self in pursuit of their purpose. I am Dr.Laxley Stephenson, and I'm your host. The A Collision with Purpose project allows individuals to pause, take a quiet moment and listen, be introspective, and engage in self reflection in pursuing their purpose to unleash possibilities with far-reaching implications for self and others. Today, the A Collision with Purpose project spotlight is on Mr. Rex Howard Jr. Mr. Howard is a marriage and family therapist and a personal development coach who is deeply passionate about helping individuals and couples achieve their fullest potential in all aspects of their lives. With over 3 years of experience in coaching, Rex has worked with people from all walks of life and backgrounds, helping them to navigate complex relationship dynamics, overcome personal challenges, and explore their sexuality in a safe and healthy way. Folks, let us welcome Mr. Howard to the A Collision with Purpose project in the Spotlight.
I appreciate it. I appreciate it. How you doing?
Man, I'm doing awesome. I'm doing awesome. I tell you, it is my pleasure to welcome you to the A Collision with Purpose project in the Spotlight. I am looking forward to having an engaging and insightful conversation with you about a topic which I believe is arguably one of the most consequential concepts informing how we function as individuals and ultimately what we perceive as our legacy.
Yeah. Yes, sir. I'm excited myself.
Wow, I can see it on your face.
Yeah.
We had you on our program, Bridging Generations, and we had such a wonderful conversation. So I wanted to bring you back on this platform where we can have a one-on-one chat. So that is
Okay.
what we're going to do today. We will
Okay.
focus it a little bit more about purpose.
Okay.
So, Rex, are you ready to dive into our conversation today?
Man, I'm ready to dive straight in.
All right.
Sir.
Straight in, he says. And I love that. So, Rex, before we start to talk about purpose, tell me about your early days. What was life like growing up?
You know, what's so interesting, I was just now journaling about that, right? I created this journal called 29 Days of Self-Discovery. And the question for today was, how would you describe your relationship with your primary caregivers during your childhood, and who were you closest to and why? And I typically reflect back a lot of my childhood, but my childhood was it was wild, it was spontaneous, it was fun, it was dysfunctional, it was aggressive, it was rough, it was filled with passion, it was filled with love, but it was also filled with a lot of hurt and a lot of pain. I grew up in a household. I'm one of 7 kids, right? So it was always something to do, always somebody get in trouble. But my parents were young. My mom and dad were 13 and 14 when they started having kids. So you're talking about kids raising kids, trying to teach us what they were never taught. And they didn't really have the best relationships with their parents. So here you are with these kids that never had real parents trying to raise more kids, and they're still kids, right? So you can only imagine the type of stress and the type of conflict that arose during that time. And my parents got married early, but they also got divorced very early. Had the opportunity to see them in some good moments, but a lot of those moments were very tough. They were very rough, and they were very a lot of conflict within the home, right? So I had the chance to see that. I had uncles that were alcoholics and drug addicts. I lived in a very impoverished community where there was prostitution, there was violence, there was robberies. There was a lot that was happening, but because my friends and the community, we all lived the same type of life, it felt normal until I stepped outside of the community and outside of my normal environment. I was exposed to more things, and I got to realize, oh man, we really don't have much. We really don't have that much money. We really don't have the opportunities to do a lot of things that these other kids are doing. So for me as a kid, I had that conflict with myself and with my family. Like maybe I belong in another family, right? Maybe we deserve more. Maybe you guys weren't necessarily ready to be parents, but here we are. So for me as a child and growing up, it was very different. It was very interesting. But I would say if I could go back and change it, I wouldn't change a thing because my childhood and my community, my environment, my experiences have shaped me to become the man I am today and the man that I'm going to continue to be.
Childhood loaded with lessons,
Loaded with lessons.
life's lessons. And it's obvious that you learned them very well.
Yes, sir.
You left the ones that you didn't need,
Um,
and you carried the ones that you needed.
Absolutely.
And here we are today talking about purpose. So, as we proceed to talk about purpose, Rex, I'd like for you to define purpose, but do so in a broad way, not your purpose.
Okay. Purpose. Purpose is the thing that gives you drive. It's your assignment on this earth, right? Your God-given assignment on this earth. So that purpose could be a lot different for a lot of people. It can be your purpose could be you being a genuine person. Your purpose could mean you create businesses or things that is going to allow people to elevate themselves and elevate their lives. Your purpose could be to help people heal. Your purpose could be share God's word, right? Your purpose could be a mother and to nourish young children to develop and continue to flourish in this world. We all have different types of purposes, but I think if I had to make a very broad definition, it would be your God given assignment to this earth.
Wow, it's a powerful God given assignment.
Yes,
And just
sir.
hearing you say that tells me that purpose is important.
Oh,
Why
absolutely.
do you want to tell me why purpose is important? Why you and others should have some understanding of their purpose?
Yes, sir. So I feel like purpose is important simply because it gives you direction. It gives you something to wake up to. It gives you something to live for. It gives you something that's going to motivate you on those days where you don't feel like doing anything at all. I just had a coaching call today with a young brother that's 31 years old, right? And he said, Rex, I've been living my life without purpose for so long, and I don't know what I'm doing. My relationship isn't necessarily flourishing. I haven't really made the kind of money I want to make. I spend a lot of my days waking up, playing the game. You know, I get intoxicated. I drink alcohol, but I'm not really doing much with my days, and things seem to be falling apart. And we had this conversation about purpose. It's so crazy how God aligned this conversation to happen. But I said, without purpose, you won't know what you need to be doing. You won't have direction on how to even get there. So it's so important. And without it, I feel like you're lost. You don't know who you are or who you're supposed to be.
It's that navigation system, huh?
Yes, sir.
That piece that points you.
Yes, sir.
It's powerful stuff, right?
A collision with purpose. In pursuit of purpose.